Hello friends, welcome to Audiobook Daily. Today we'll talk about the book, The Power of Discipline by Daniel Walter, published in 2020. It was 5:30 a.m. when Arjun's alarm rang again. And like every other morning, he hit snooze again. He wasn't lazy. He had dreams, big ones, to start his own business, to get fit, to build a better life. But something always stopped him, not lack of talent, not lack of opportunity, but something quieter, something invisible. One day, sitting alone in a cafe, frustrated with his own habits, Arjun watched an elderly man practicing slow, controlled movements outside the window. A cup balanced on his palm, not a drop spilled. His motion was calm, steady, intentional. Arjun walked outside and asked, "Sir, how do you do that with so much control?" The man smiled. "My boy, discipline is not about forcing yourself. It's about training yourself, one small action at a time." That sentence hit Arjun harder than any failure ever did. And that's where Daniel Walter's message begins. Your success is not defined by motivation. It is defined by discipline. Daniel Walter's The Power of Discipline is a practical, science-based guide that explains why we struggle to stay consistent and how we can build real, lasting discipline to change our lives. 1. Motivation is temporary. Discipline is permanent. Walter emphasizes that motivation comes in emotional waves. It rises, peaks, and disappears. But discipline is the system that carries you forward even when you don't feel like it. Instead of chasing motivation, he teaches us to build habits, identity, and routines that work automatically. 2. Your brain works against you until you train it. The author explains how the brain is naturally wired to choose the easy path. The prefrontal cortex, responsible for self-control, must be strengthened the same way you strengthen muscles. He highlights techniques like delayed gratification, choosing long-term rewards over instant pleasures; cognitive reframing, changing how you interpret challenges; mental toughness exercises, doing one hard thing every day. 3. Discipline comes from small decisions, not big declarations. You don't suddenly become disciplined because you decide to. You become disciplined because you practice. Waking up when the alarm rings. Saying no to distractions. Following your schedule. Keeping small promises to yourself. Walter stresses. Tiny behaviors compound into massive transformation. 4. Destroying the 3 enemies of discipline. Walter identifies 3 main obstacles. Fear of failure keeps people stuck. The author suggests microactions to shrink fear, tiny steps that reduce risk and increase confidence. 2. Laziness. Not physical laziness, but mental resistance. He teaches that laziness is often just a sign of unclear goals and weak systems. 3. Excuses. Excuses disguise themselves as reasonable explanations. Walter insists, excuses are lies we tell ourselves to avoid discomfort. 5. Building a system for discipline. The book outlines practical steps to install discipline into daily life. Create clear, specific goals. Your brain needs clarity. Lose weight becomes walk 45 minutes every day at 7 a.m. Use the 80-20 rule. Focus your energy on the few actions that create the biggest results. Use time blocking. Divide your day into focused segments to eliminate chaos and decision fatigue. Build routines and rituals. Consistency makes discipline easier. Habit stacking, adding a new habit after an existing one, is a powerful method. Remove temptations. Discipline becomes effortless when you design your environment. Keep your phone away while working. Keep junk food out of the house. Keep your workspace clean. 6. Self-discipline is emotional, not just behavioral. The author emphasizes emotional discipline, the ability to stay calm, rational, and composed. Practices include deep breathing, journaling, taking mindful pauses, avoiding emotional decision-making. Walter argues that emotional control leads to better choices, stronger relationships, and long-term success. 7. The identity shift. One of the most powerful ideas in the book. You must become the type of person who does the disciplined thing. Instead of saying, "I want to be fit," I am the type of person who trains every day. Identity creates behavior. Behavior reinforces identity. This cycle builds unstoppable discipline. 8. The compound effect of discipline. Walter shows that discipline is not about radical transformations. It's about small, repeated actions multiplied by time. 10 push-ups a day, fitter body. 20 minutes reading, sharper mind. 1 hour deep work, career growth. Saying no to distractions, mental strength. Success is not an explosion, it is an accumulation. Weeks later, Arjun's mornings looked different. No more snooze button. No more excuses. No more endless planning without action. One morning he saw the same elderly man again. This time Arjun was jogging, earbuds in, sweat on his forehead, disciplined, focused, transformed. The man smiled, noticing the change. "You've become consistent," he said. Arjun nodded. "I learned that discipline isn't a punishment, it's freedom. The freedom to control my choices, my habits, and my future." And as Arjun ran toward the sunrise, he realized something beautiful. Discipline wasn't a moment of inspiration. It was the daily decision to become who he was meant to be. Thank you for listening. See you in next audiobook daily.